Hello and welcome back to the Pixel Street Podcast. This is episode 179, where each and every week, me, Joel Campos, and the Ace Attorney himself, John Hansen, get together and talk about one of the things we love most, in that being los videojuegos, John.
Los videojuegos, except for in that state of play.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about the state of play that we just watched. We just did a live watch on our YouTube channel, so if you want to watch along with us, you can watch it there, youtube.com/pixelstreetvideos. Yeah, that was something. But at any rate, we're going to talk about the state of play, the state of Halo Infinite, and some God of War stuff. So
Yeah.
we will get to that in just a minute here. But first, please go check out our Twitter account at Pixel Street, where you can find our pinned tweet to join our Discord server. We're going to be doing Pale Party Nights soon, and I think, doesn't Mario Kart Tracks come out next week?
Oh shit, is it already that soon?
I think Mario Kart Tracks come out next week. Look into that, John. But whenever those drop, the weekend following, we're going to do a Pal Party Night playing Mario Kart, so feel free to join us there. Yeah,
The
it's
18th.
just a
So yes,
yeah.
next
So
week.
next Friday, I think.
Friday? I believe that's Friday.
Cool. So yeah, definitely check out our Discord to join in on that with us. Other than that, check out our YouTube channel at Pixel Street Videos on YouTube, where you can find all of our content, including John's Let's Play he just put up of him playing Kirby. What's the name of the game, John?
Kirby and the Forgotten Land. The demo went up last week, and I played it, and it got me really excited for the game that comes out on the 24th. So that one's a couple.
Did you get a
weeks away.
mouthful? Did you get a mouthful?
Oh yeah, I got a few mouthfuls. I got a mouthful of a car, a mouthful of a traffic cone, also a mouthful of a vending machine. Yeah, there's quite a few mouthfuls in there.
You love to see it. But yeah, definitely give us a follow wherever you watch or listen to the show. Also, rate and review us. We love any and all feedback. We want to know what you like to hear, what you don't like to hear. If you don't like seeing my face, that's cool. I can just put I don't know, fucking Tony the Tiger in front of my face. I don't know. Whatever you want to see, let us know. John,
Right.
Halo. Let's
Halo
talk about
Infinite.
Halo. It's been out for
right.
what? Came out November, December. Did it come out November or October?
The multiplayer did in November.
November, December, January, February, March. We're like 4 to 5 months, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah,
Away from
4
the
to 5
launch.
months in since the launch of Halo Infinite, and at the time, you and I both love it. We've praised it a lot. We both really enjoyed the campaign, and I think we both really love the multiplayer as well. But here we are in March, and really, I just wanted to have a conversation because Halo Infinite is already gone stagnant. Like, since its launch, just for a quick rundown of things, there have been no new maps. There's been a lot of like microtransactions added to the store and everything. They've had a few events, but even one of them has been recycled a couple times already. The Yorai event, we've already seen that multiple times in just a matter of months. Tenrai, we've already seen that one multiple times in a matter of months.
There is a new one that just started yesterday. I have not looked at it. I don't know what it is, but it's a brand new one. But these events just haven't been enough to get me to want to grind each week.
But not only that, in the last week, we also found out that campaign co-op has been delayed from the start of season 2, which doesn't start until May. They said still coming in season 2 at some time, but just not at the beginning. And we also just found out that Forge isn't coming until season 3. So if season 2 is as long as season 1, we're looking at least November until Forge comes in to Halo Infinite,
which is
almost a full year.
Yeah, a full year after launch. And, that's unfortunate. But at the same time, it could kind of help with like a soft relaunch of the game in a way. You know what I mean? Just before the holiday, they could really hype it up. If Forge, that's saying if Forge is as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. Like, in previous games, Forge was awesome, right? And so if they hit the nail on the head with Forge, then that can really revitalize, I guess, the state of the game. In not just being like create custom maps and stuff, but if they make and like right now it's so hard to see this future in Halo because there's only like 5 playlists at any given time, right? But if they
Mhm.
make it so that there's like user generated maps within certain playlists and stuff like that, like social playlists, not, not competitive, that would be really fucking cool to see. Kind of like
They
how I
just
think
need a
Far
public
Cry did it.
browser for that. That's really
Well,
all they
yeah,
need is a public browser.
yeah, like just let me join in on some randos game where it says like prison break, and I just join
Mhm.
in. I'm a prisoner, and there's a guy that's trying to get us all to stay in prison. Just some
That's,
weird, crazy custom game shit like that.
That's Overwatch does it perfectly. Their custom game mode, they worked in the workshop where you can create maps and well, not maps, but you can like mess with the rules and everything. You can change up so many things about it. And then they have that browser that you can see what everyone is doing, what's currently available and everything. That's what I want in Halo. I want to say they just Master Chief Collection, all they have is just a
No, they
specific playlist for that, right? Or they do have
no,
a
they
browser?
added in a browser so you can shuffle through everybody playing custom games as long as they have it open, of course.
Yeah.
And they had something similar on Halo 5 too. So
Yeah, okay. Then
I'd
you should
imagine
expect
that's
something.
yeah, I'd imagine that's why it's, so delayed is because they want to make it, kind of like the ultimate like Halo Forge experience and kind of
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean,
The
I'm sure
big
it's a
thing
lot of
for
work to
me
do.
the big thing for me and a lot of other people is the lack of game modes and the lack of new maps. Yeah, we're 4 months in and I guess a new map really isn't, like, needed yet. I mean, it would've been nice because the game didn't really have many maps to begin with. Um, but the new game modes thing is really something I can't believe they haven't taken care of yet. It took
Not
them
even like they're not
well,
even
here
new game modes, right? They're just old game modes from
yeah,
old Halos that everybody's expecting and they just
yeah.
haven't put them in the game.
If what did it take them a month to get uh, a Slayer playlist in there, right?
Yeah.
Like before it was only in quick play.
And then like 2 months
SWAT,
to get
SWAT's
SWAT.
in there, yeah, which is great. I love SWAT.
And then no,
Um,
hold on, Fiesta's in there but only during certain events.
only during events, which is weird. The way they're handling this is so weird because you and I we love the way 343 Industries has handled the Master Chief Collection. But if you have paid attention to our podcast at any time over how long have we been doing this? 4 years now?
So
Holy crap, have we been doing this for
yeah,
four
I don't
years?
know. We're
Oh
old,
my
man.
god. Um we love what they've been doing with that game, how they've handled it. Joel constantly says that they deserve to be recognized at the Game Awards for ongoing game and everything. I totally agree with him. They handled that game, but I would have thought that they would have learned enough lessons from Master Chief Collection to be like, okay, this is how we're gonna avoid making people wait years and years for this game to become amazing. Like we love the gameplay and everything, but the content is just not acceptable at the moment. I was willing to give them a pass at the beginning. I was like, okay, yeah, just give them a few months. But in the time since launch, there hasn't been enough movement, in my opinion, to like really I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Not really redeem them because it's still a good game, but like it's just I don't know. It's unacceptable right now that the game is just I go on Halo Infinite and it's just stagnant. It just doesn't feel fun. I'm already so burnt out on it.
Yeah,
I've been
and it
playing go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say the thing for me is that like this should be like for me, I'm a huge Halo fan. I've got a fucking Master Chief helmet behind me. I have so
Mhm.
much Halo like merch and like collectibles and stuff. This should be a game that I want to play, 3 to 5 times a week, right? But
Mhm.
it's not like I finish the battle pass and then it's like, okay, what now? I have nothing like no motivation to keep playing. They're not adding new stuff like you said, outside of like, oh, pay another
Microtransactions.
$15 in the
Yeah.
store, that kind of stuff. The stuff
Remember when
within,
remember when one of their big updates to the game was, "Hey, some of the stuff is a little cheaper now."
I mean, To be fair, I mean, that's a good consumer move, right? Like, they
Yeah,
recognize the problem people were having and changed, but yeah, I
but
don't know,
that
like,
also
this.
didn't come until, like, 2 months later. Like,
Yeah, true.
they're so slow on getting this stuff out right now, which for a Xbox-owned company is unacceptable right now. They need to
Yeah,
be moving a little faster. I'm not saying crunch or anything, I'm not saying that, but I don't think it is unreasonable to get Griffball in here or shoddy
yeah.
snipers. Like, it
Yeah, no, I agree.
yeah.
I mean, how hard can it be, right, to just put a customs game browser in there? Even if
Mhm.
there's no forge, no custom maps, let John make a lobby where it is, pistols only, but everybody has like super shields and it takes 20 shots to kill somebody, and let randoms join him.
You
Like,
don't
just
even
like,
have access to all the game modes in private matches. So I haven't hosted my own, but I've been playing private matches with some friends on the side every now and then. And there's no SWAT in private match, they say. Like, it's just
that's
not
so
there.
weird. Doesn't make
So,
sense.
like, yeah, it just doesn't make sense at all.
I will say to the forge thing. Now, I don't obviously we don't know if this is true. This is all speculation. But I did read online that there's a rumor going around that Forge is delayed so long because they're going to have every asset any Forge has ever had in any Halo game,
It would be
which would be pretty
massive.
wild. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty wild.
I don't I, every asset. So are you saying like,
Like old Halo 2 stuff, like Halo 3
yeah,
stuff, stuff like that.
I guess I just don't understand like how that would work. Um
Yeah, I mean,
I
the
guess
maps that just
Battlefield
look
did something
older.
similar, didn't it?
Yeah, they did the portal where they kind of up. I mean, and that would go in with the delay, right? Because they can't just take like a Halo 3 like ramp or wall and bring it to Halo Infinite. It would look really
Yeah.
weird. They'd have to
I
upres the entire thing.
I think I would be a lot more understanding if that was a situation if they would just come out and show it though.
True,
Like,
yeah.
if you told me, "Hey, we are bringing everything from Halo's past into here, that's why this is gonna take so long," but I also would be just, like, fine with just Halo Infinite stuff and then work that stuff into it in the future.
Yeah.
Um,
It, I mean, there's so many ways to do it, and like, we'll probably never know why it was so delayed. It's
yeah,
very possible that this comes out, a year after launch and it sucks, right? That's
mhm.
totally a possibility. And which is really sad, being a huge Halo fan like I am, and like kind of going into Halo Infinite, we said, this game has to be good. Like if they fuck this game up, then there might not be a sequel, at least not for a very long time again. So
But that's not the case by any means. We
no, no, no,
both love
yeah.
the game and
Yeah, yeah,
everything.
I love it.
It's the longevity of we're months into it and we're already tired of it though. Like you said, you're a massive Halo fan. This should have been like Overwatch is for me, where I can go into that game anytime and even though I'm playing the same thing over and over again, I have so much fun that I don't care.
Yeah.
Halo Infinite's just not that. It's just yeah. Like I said earlier, it's just unacceptable for how slow 343 has been moving with these updates. I'm glad they're having them, and I'm glad that they are listening to the consumers, but they're also just not doing enough. Like, just add in game modes and I'm happy. Add in some weapon that you've had on the side or something. Like, put an experimental thing in there. Like, show us what you're working on. Be more open with us and everything. All we've gotten recently is just, yeah, co-op
Delay.
campaigns coming.
Delay.
And the campaign thing, I also understand because for an online co-op game to work in Halo Infinite, which is now open world, the game has to take into account people leaving each other and still run well. This isn't the same thing. Halo has always been tight corridors and everything. Like, that's so much easier for a game to handle that online. But doing that in an open world game is a little tougher. That I can understand why that is delayed and everything.
Just call your cousins over at turn 10. They'll figure it out for you.
Yeah, I guess. Well, they had issues, but it when you're taking this long to get something like that out, man, it better work really damn well when it actually does come
Dude,
out if
I
we're
fucking
waiting
hope
until, like,
so.
July.
I hope so because like that game, like playing through it the whole time I was playing, I was like, man, I wish I could just be with three other people and just like
Mhm.
use the fucking grappling hook on my Hornet, Banshee, whatever. Like, let's see what weird, crazy shit we can do. Let's see
It's
how
so funny
long we
too
can
because
launch John across the map.
you can see, like, the things in the world where they're like, "Okay, yeah, we have this here for when we have 4 people able to
Mm-hmm.
play this." Like, at all the fobs, there's 4 terminals. It's like,
Yep.
"Okay, yeah, obvious." Uh, yeah, I just I think 343 needs to pick up the pace a little bit. I obviously like, don't take anyone's health in the, um, like, any, like, bad crunch kinda thing, but just like, I don't know. Maybe we also did see that the multiplayer lead just recently left the team. I don't know how much of an impact that'll have, what changes could be made there. We will never know because who would ever talk about that professionally? But who knows?
Not me.
Yeah, not you. That's for sure.
All right, John. Let's talk about the state of play we just watched.
Yeah.
Okay. So hold on. Let me get a list of what was announced. Go ahead and just give general
Okay.
discussion.
So before the state of play happened, Sony came out and they gave us they tried to set expectations. They said number 1 that this was going to be largely focused around Japanese developers, which it was. There was only one thing in there that wasn't from a Japanese developer. They also said it would be 20 minutes. And yeah, that was a good way to get people's expectations lowered and everything. We knew going in this wasn't going to have a God of War or a Horizon update or anything like that. I was hoping for Hogwarts because they said there was going to be Western thing, but that ended up to just be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which both you and I were like, okay, cool. Um, but there just really wasn't much here for me.
All
And
right, I have the list.
go ahead.
You want to go through it? All right.
Okay,
First thing they announced, Capcom revealed Exo Primal coming to PS5 and PS4 in 2023. This is the game John at first thought might have been Dino Crisis,
oh
and
man,
thankfully it was not because it sounds like it's nothing like Dino Crisis. The
no, it's
second
not.
thing they
Oh,
showed
real quick,
a
well, let's talk a little bit about it because Dino or well, Exoprimal is what it was called.
Exo Primal, yeah,
Okay, so yeah, so it looked like a 4-person co-op game where you jump in these very anthem like uh
Exo Suits.
exosuits and you had like these it looked like you had like a tank class in there. A guy was like walking around with a barrier shield like Reinhardt from Overwatch and it, this really didn't look that great to me in all honesty. This looked like a very mediocre game. Like it
Yeah,
I wasn't impressed by it at all.
I thought the graphics looked pretty cool, but like everything else about the game, I was like, not
I
for me,
like
dude.
the portal thing with the dinosaurs falling out of it. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, where it looked
And
like it was raining dinosaurs.
well, they literally called it our dinosaur forecast, and I'm like, okay, all right. What was next?
Next they showed a new trailer for Tokyo or Ghostwire Tokyo.
That's right.
I think me and John neither of us are interested in this game really.
That game, I was so interested in it when it was announced at E3 in 2018. I want to say it's been a while. Part of that might have been Akumi Nakamura, who became my
Yeah,
love. She's amazing, and I only want the best for her. Um, but ever since then, they've only shown it off a couple times. I have no idea what's going on with that game,
no,
and
I think the first time they showed it, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, that's a cool looking thing," because it was just like
yeah,
a cinematic zooming in on the guy with the skull face with the horns, right? It
mhm,
was nothing
yeah,
like no gameplay, and then gameplay came out, and I was like, "This does not look fun."
yeah. But that's coming out very soon here. It, I didn't see anything that really interested me in here. It looked like the guy was like throwing out some kind of energy beam projectile thing. I don't.
Yeah.
It
Moving on,
yeah.
there is a new demo available today for Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin which if you don't know what that is, that's the game where when they revealed it, it just said chaos like 20 fucking times.
Chaos. I can't believe they didn't say any chaos today.
I mean they have to be very self-aware, and like when you're that self-aware, there's two routes you go. You either never bring it up again or you just like pedal to the metal, do it a bunch. And
That's what I'm saying. They should have just
clearly Square Enix just like, nope, we're not doing it.
they
We're not
they were
entertaining you.
going as hard in on the chaos in that one trailer as Kingdom Hearts goes in on darkness and light and hearts. Like, that's how hard they were going in on the chaos thing. So that's 100% what I'm expecting this game to be.
Moving on, there was new gameplay shown for the PS5 exclusive game Forspoken, which was just delayed until October 11th, 2022. It looked really cool. I love the
This game
environment.
does look really cool. Um, I'm still torn on whether or not it's something I would play at launch. I think it will also depend on what comes out around that time. I may
Yeah,
be too busy. This is definitely a game I wanna try at some point because I mentioned it during our live reaction. I love the way the character moves through the world, like, it has a really nice flow to her movements. The combat looks very elemental based, like, there was a lot of, like, fire and water and
yeah.
electricity stuff in there. I'm I have no idea what's going on in that game at all, like, story-wise or anything, but it looks like it could be a lot of fun to play.
Yep. Next thing up is Gundam Evolution. So this was apparently it was announced already for Japan, but it's now
Okay.
being announced to have a Western release coming later in 2022. It's a 6v6 competitive online first person shooter featuring the giant mechs you'd expect from the Gundam name. It looked cool. Won't buy it. I'm not going to pay like 60, $70 for this game. The idea is really cool. It's like John said, he's surprised that they never did it before, which I agree. I mean, maybe they did and it just was not a good game, so we don't know about
Maybe.
it. But
It's
yeah,
something they did on, like, the PS1 or something, and it was just,
yeah.
like, tank controls or something.
Yeah. Next up, TMNT, the Cowabunga collection announced for 2022. This is one me and John are both kind of interested in.
Mhm.
This newly announced TNMT collection features 13 classic TMNT games, including Turtles in Time.
I
Also
didn't
shown in the
realize it was
state of
that
play,
many.
also shown in the state of play trailer was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Tournament Fighters, the arcade game, Back from the Sewer, Fall of the Foot Clan, the Manhattan Project, Radical Rescue, and the Hyperstone. The game is coming to PS4 and PS5 this year.
Nothing else? Or was that
No, that's just what was shown in the trailer. I don't
okay?
know if. Yeah,
Because
this is just from an
that's
article
gotta
I
come
found.
to other places as well.
Oh,
There's no way.
oh yeah, that's got to be on everything, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was 13 games. That's pretty crazy. I wonder what the price is gonna be on that.
It doesn't
Turtles
say
and
any other consoles.
That's also a thing that Sony really does though with their state of plays. I don't think they're allowed to like say anything. We'll have to look out for like when Cap or not Capcom, that was Konami, when they put out a trailer for it, then it might say
Yeah,
something
yeah,
about that. Turtles in Time is a game that a lot of people love. I think you mentioned that you love playing it at arcades.
yeah.
I've never played it. That's a game I would really like to play. If that came out on like Game Pass or Switch, I would really love to give that a try.
Yep. I mean, it's a SNES game originally. I just looked it up.
Oh, was it? Okay, I thought it
Yeah.
started in the arcades and then came to
Oh.
SNES.
Oh, maybe that's the case. I don't know.
The SNES
Um,
version is really good, though. I hear.
moving on, Kaiju Brawler Gigabash is coming to PS4 and PS5 this year, and we'll move on.
Yeah,
JoJo's Bizarre
nothing there.
Adventure fighting game coming this year. Connor, you're welcome.
Yep, you're welcome, Connor.
Next up is one that me and John were both pretty excited about. I think it looks really cool. A new trailer for Black and White Samurai Adventure Trek to Yomi. The art style just looks
Yeah,
fucking awesome. Like it's
it
almost
looked
like
It's like a samurai film, but it's all black and white, so it makes it look like really old and timey.
It's like a 2.5D but side scroller type
Yeah,
thing. It's interesting
it
for sure.
it was really interesting because it looked like he couldn't move like front and backwards. He could only move side to side, but the enemies could move
Yeah,
on.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was weird, but one that
Oh,
sword fighting was oh, what's up?
I lost you. I lost you for a second. Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying that the gameplay looked pretty brutal. The sword fighting, um, yeah, it looked really good. That's one I'm very interested in. It I if there was a demo for that, I think I could fall in love with it. It also kind of depends on how much it's going to cost. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited to learn more on it. It gave me a very good first impression. So
Yep. They also announced a Returnal update, a free update to the game called Ascension. It adds campaign co-op to the game. So
yeah, there
if
was
you're
also
into,
a survival mode.
oh okay,
Yeah,
that's coming later this month for free. Square Enix also ended the show with two announcements, I believe.
yeah, there was two
Um,
games. Only
uh,
one of them we got the name on.
a strategy RPG called the Diofield Chronicle. That is a fucking name, John.
That's a very Square Enix name.
The thing is, we were watching both these trailers. I was like, you could tell me both of these games are Final Fantasy games, and I'd be like, all right, cool. They're Final Fantasy
Yeah,
games, Final Fantasy spinoffs. And the next one is called Valkyrie Elysium.
yeah. That one like even has a logo that looks like it was made for a Final Fantasy game. It was like
I
the
like
white
no joke.
background and
I have a feeling in my gut that every game Square Enix makes starts as a Final Fantasy game, and then at some point they're like, no, we need to make it its own thing because
mhm.
that doesn't work with what we did in Final Fantasy Tactics XD or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
We have to think about the lore from Final Fantasy 3, which released in
Yes.
1988 or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Back when the times were very different. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just weird, man. I don't know. But yeah, that was everything announced. Overall, very, very lackluster. This
very
all could have
forgetful.
been a PlayStation blog post where. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this light off because it's
That
fucking.
that was filler the state of play. It
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah, it kind of makes me hope that there's another state of play here in the next month or two that's better, that gets us excited for God of War, but that might wait until like what E3 time
E3.
would be.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um yeah, there just wasn't much there, not much to get excited. I mean, there was a couple things like Forspoken, like we both thought it looked good. Trek to Omi, interesting. Turtles, cool, but like it just I don't know. I can't believe that there wasn't a Final Fantasy 16 in here. As you mentioned, they just put up a website for the 35th anniversary of Final Fantasy.
I
That
thought something. I
seemed
thought
like a
something was
perfect
gonna come
time.
from that, like whether
Yeah,
they say like like some sort of collection of like the pixel remasters they've been putting out or something.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Because there was already a lot of Square in there. Because we got what is it, Stranger Paradise, something.
the
I don't know.
Chaos
The
game, that
Chaos
one.
one. Yeah, there was what, 3, 4 Square Enix titles in there? Like, you might as well just throw in Final Fantasy 16 because that's the big one people are excited for.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, at this point, if there's gonna talk about it, it's probably gonna be closer to E3, right?
Yeah, well, it's
If
gotta be now.
if we don't see it at that, then that's game's not coming for a little bit, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah, that one's got a while to go. Yeah, they there isn't much more to say on this state of play. It happened, it was 20
It
minutes I'll
happened.
never get back,
It happened.
and
That it definitely happened.
yeah.
All right, moving on. God of War might be getting an Amazon series. John, you had some opinions in Discord the other day, and I kind of agree with you. I
All
do
right.
not
So
think
yeah.
I do not think this would work.
So yeah, God of War as an Amazon series. I don't think they said whether it would be live action or animated or anything. I would imagine live action because that's kind of what Sony is going towards with their recent stuff. Um yeah, I'm not sure that God of War would work in a series. Um, it makes me wonder where they would go with it. Would they be telling just the story from God of War 2018? Would it be like an in-between story of 2018 and Ragnarok? Like, what is the plan here? Um,
What if it's a story to bridge the gap from like the old God of Wars to the new ones?
that could be interesting how he got to the Norse mythology
Yeah.
side. That would be interesting.
But
And
but
then
at the same time I could see that being a game.
yeah, that would be much more interesting as a game. Kratos just doesn't really lend himself to be an interesting like
He's not
series
he's not
guy.
charismatic. He's not
He's
charismatic at all,
not.
right?
The reason why we love Kratos in the 2018 God of War is because he was so different than what he was in the original games, where he was just a a rage machine. That was all he was. But in 2018, you had Atreus, and you saw him like actually developing emotions and showing them, and like he actually looked like a character that was more than just anger. But in a series, first of all, video game series are really hard to pull off, and movies because you're fitting, let's say, what was God of War, 15 hours, 12 to 15 hours ish.
Yeah,
You have to fit
something.
that into what, an 8 episode series of 30 minutes each? That's gonna be tough to fit into that. And the God of War story just isn't really that interesting for that. You can make it as cinematic as you want, and that could be really cool, but for what Amazon Prime will wanna show, that's just I don't know. They'll have to make a lot of liberties, and when series and movies take liberties, that's when people get upset.
Yeah. I agree. I don't think this works well as a live action series. I think the only way that it can be good is if it is an animated show. Just because, like, I don't know, they could do so much more with it. The thing I
Plu
hate
Plus
about
you could get
animated
Chris Judge to voice him again, which
no,
would be
no
amazing.
that's what I was gonna say. The thing I hate about animated stuff is when they switch up the voice actors for no reason,
Mhm.
right? And that's very much a possibility. Who the fuck knows? You know, we don't know that he would be the voice actor for Kratos in the show if it was animated. I mean, look at the Mario movie, right? Like, are you fucking kidding me with that?
Look at Sonic the Hedgehog. As much as I love that movie, we've got the voice actor for Tails from the game, but Knuckles is Idris Elba, and then Sonic is, can't remember his name, the guy from Parks and Rec. Uh,
Fucking no. Why can't I think of his name? Ben Schwartz.
uh,
Ben Schwartz.
Ben Schwartz, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, it can work out, and it can be fine. It's just I'm not really hopeful on this. I would have more hope in a Twisted Metal series with, man, I
Sweet
can't
Tooth.
Anthony Mackie playing John Doe, a made up character. Like,
Yeah.
I oh, that's stupid. Um, yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see, but like, if it is live action, who would even play Kratos? Like, who The Rock?
The Rock. Yeah, The Rock. That's
I
the
can't
only
think of
logical
any
answer.
I can't think of anyone who would make a good live action Kratos. No one's tall
Batista.
enough and big enough. He's not tall enough for that. Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
so
I
weird,
mean, I
man.
mean, they can make him look as tall as they want, right?
I guess they could. I mean, I guess we've got someone playing Master Chief, and he's supposed to be like 7 foot tall, right? So
Yeah. Oh, that comes out in a few weeks. That's exciting. End of
yeah,
the month. Cool.
yeah, for sure.
Anyway, John, let's move on to some quick news. Go ahead and run me
Oh,
through the quick news.
all right. First up, we finally know how much the next gen GTA 5 will cost. I want to say last week we talked about how it was kind of insane that we didn't know how much it would cost.
Yeah.
Now we know. that the full price for the next gen for the campaign and online together will be $40. Online on its own is $20 on Xbox. For the first 3 months, it is discounted in half, though. So if you want to get it right now, I just bought it yesterday and installed it. It's $10 for just the online, and it's like an 85 gig update or install.
Well, it's $20 for online and single player, right? Because it's all half off.
Yeah, yeah, because it's halved. I was just
Yeah,
saying the online right now, just that is
yeah.
$10, and that's I'm totally fine with that price point. Uh,
I think it's pretty fair,
yeah,
right? Like,
it would have
I
been
feel like
nice,
that's a good price
but
for as a consumer to be like, all right, yeah, you guys did the work to make this, a next gen thing. Like,
yeah,
it's they're not asking for $70, which is something I
um,
think I said last week. Rockstar would totally do because it's GTA and they know people will
mhm.
buy it.
On PlayStation, they've got it even better because it's 75% off for the first 3 months, and I think the
It's
online
free.
is free, yeah, so
So,
I'm gonna
well,
I'm gonna claim it over there just to
yeah,
claim it. I don't know if I'll
yes,
install it, but
yeah. So the online is free for the first 3 months, I think,
mhm,
and you can claim it, meaning you own it, I believe, forever. But you have to claim it within those 3 months.
yeah, so you might as well just claim it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Um,
Especially because like I want to check out like the haptic feedback and the new
mhm,
controller, the dual sense and stuff. So that'll be
yeah,
cool.
the one thing as we get closer to this, I'm kinda wondering, will I know there's not gonna be any crossplay or anything, but will there be cross-gen play here? Like,
I don't think so.
I don't think
They,
so either.
I really like the fact
They would
that
have
like
said it already, right?
yeah, the fact that it's priced so fairly and everything that kind of tells me it's gonna be separate.
So, I think your friends that we've been heisting with lately, they have Series X's, right? Or at
Yeah,
least one of them does.
they both
Um,
do.
but my thing is here, like, what if they didn't? And we wanted to play the next gen version,
Couldn't.
so we installed it and we couldn't play with them unless we kept the last gen version on there
The
as well,
thing
which would
is,
take up an extra 80, 90 gigs.
the other thing is, I was listening to the Kind of Funny Games Daily podcast last week, one of them when they announced this, and you have to like go in the game and upload your character to the Rockstar server. And then when
It's
you get the new game, you have to like download that character. So like
so
what I'm wondering is can I go back on my Xbox One version of the game and play as that guy anymore or is he just gone from there forever?
I think you can. I think no, he'll still be there. It's just making a copy and putting it on the server. It's pretty much the same thing that they did from the jump from 360 to Xbox One. Uh you could still go back and play that guy on 360. It was
Wait,
just making
hold
a
on.
copy that you could upload and download.
Here's another question cuz they did also say that you can upload it to the Rockstar server and download it on PS5
Mhm.
from Xbox. So can I upload it to the Rockstar server, download it on my Xbox Series X, and then also download it on my PS5?
That one I would assume you can, but we don't know.
I mean, I'll find
It
out next week.
yeah, yeah, we'll find out. But yeah, I'm doing it mostly for those achievements. I'm really hoping that once I upload that guy, I get all those achievements that I got from GTA 5. You can also carry over your campaign progress too if you get the full bundle, which that is really cool as well.
I'm gonna get the full bundle. It's worth it, I
Yeah.
think, for $20. I want to replay it, so
Yeah, at some point I'll probably kick myself for not getting the campaign as well cuz I don't think they have like a discounted version if you buy the online and want to get the campaign. Like I think the campaign and the online is only bundled together.
oh
Um
really? You can't buy it separate?
yeah, I think only the online is separate, which is weird. But I don't know. It's good to finally get this out, I guess, and I'm sure you and I will play it. Um Yeah, there's still more questions. So, moving on here, Gotham Knights is releasing October 25th. This was just announced recently. I actually missed it this morning. This is a lot later than I expected it to be. I thought that they had said that it would be like a first half of 2022 game, but apparently, this really nails home for me that Suicide Squad isn't coming out this year. Like, with this game supposed to come out before Suicide Squad and us still not knowing when that's coming out, like, this nails home that that game is being delayed.
I know nothing about this Gotham Knights game. Isn't it the like 4-player co-op one?
Yeah, and it's got the, like, RPG, like, numbers when you hit enemies and stuff.
Is this tied into like the Batman games?
No, this one is supposed to be separate. This is the one that's about the Court of Owls, and Batman is dead, air quotes, um, because we know he's gonna appear at the end or something.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, this is the one where you're playing as Batgirl, Robin, Nightwing, and Red Hood, I want to say. So yeah. All right.
Cool.
Next up, Activision are being investigated for insider trading in uh, relation to the Microsoft acquisition. I've got an IGN article pulled up here right now. The Wall Street Journal reports that Barry Diller, Alexander von Furstenberg, what a name, and David Geffen invested around $108 million in Activision Blizzard just days before Microsoft announced
What?
they were acquiring them.
Wait,
So
hold on. Are those people Activision employees,
um,
or are they
what
just
I
like stockbrokers?
the investments were made by privately arranged transactions through JP Morgan, who blah blah blah. Um, Diller has described himself as a long-term friend of Bobby Kotick and served on Coca-Cola's board of directors with him. Von Furstenberg is the stepson of Diller, and Geffen is another longtime friend. So they are people that are they're not directly tied to Activision Blizzard, but they're
Yeah,
directly tied to Bobby Kotick.
Bobby Kotick.
So
Yeah,
well, so Bobby Kotick was definitely like, "Hey, we got Microsoft about to buy us. Be sure to dump your money into this because you're about to get a big payday." So
yeah.
yeah, it's
Days before, could you?
yeah,
Days. Like
just
it
days.
wasn't like it wasn't months. It was days before.
No, it was definitely him being like, "Hey, they're making this announcement. Our stocks are about to go higher. Get in on this." Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
100% what
fucking.
happened.
It's crazy.
Fucking Bobby Kotick.
Can't
All
do
right.
that.
Advanced Wars is delayed because of the Ukraine war. No release date was given, but Nintendo said because of current climate stuff, or not climate, world
Events.
climate stuff, world events, it's being delayed, which makes sense. I saw some people on social media upset about it, but it'll come at some point. And hey, this
Yeah.
gives way forward more time to work on it, which I'm all about. This is a game that I'm very excited for. So, Dying Light 1 has a next gen patch available now on PS5. The Series X version is coming soon.
Too
Actually, I didn't.
little, too late, John.
It's very odd that it's coming out now. I would have rather seen this come out before Dying Light 2 released. Dying Light 2 did get some.
Well, I remember they announced the Dying Light Definitive Edition like a few months before Dying Light 2 came out. And I think back then I said
Yeah,
like, "Yo, I would totally buy this and play everything if it was, next gen patched as well." Like that just
yeah,
would have made perfect sense. It's just so weird that it would come out now. Like at this
yeah,
point it's like I feel like they were probably working on it to come out before Dying Light 2 and just didn't get it done. And they're like,
hmm.
"Oh, we're already too far. We might as well just put it out."
I kind of wonder if the development on the Switch ports had anything to do with that, if that slowed them down or something.
I don't know.
I have no idea either.
I can't believe that game's a Switch game.
Right. FZero X is coming to the Switch N64 library this week, and I'm very excited for this. This is a game I've never played.
Same.
So
I'm looking
this
it
is
up.
definitely one that I'm gonna play when it hits the Switch Online. I actually I don't think I've never played an F-Zero game, and it seems like something that'd be right up my alley because it's so
Same.
fast and everything.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, I'll definitely give it a try. And then last bit of quick news here: Steam Deck pre-orders are being delayed. So if yours got delayed, you should have received an email. Most of what I've seen is if you were expected to get it in the first half, it's now being pushed back to the second half of this year. So nothing like too drastic, but it does look like they are being pushed back a bit.
Sucks if you were excited for it.
Yeah. So I have you looked at any of the like reviews for the Steam Deck?
Not really. Like I've watched some videos on it, and like it seems like an all right piece of technology, right? Like you could play your Steam
Hmm.
library in your hands, which is really cool. But like
Most of it, yeah.
the downsides I'm seeing is like
The
4 hours
battery's
of battery
bad.
life. Yeah,
Oh, I saw
like
even less than
sometimes
that.
less.
I was
Yeah,
seeing like 2 hours.
yeah, 2 to 4 hours I think is like the span of it,
Hmm.
depending on what games you're playing, obviously. So
Yeah,
that's kind of unfortunate. I was really hoping that it was going to be more user friendly in terms of installing Windows on it. I have not watched any videos yet where somebody's installed Windows on it and tried playing Game Pass games on it. But although Gabe Newell did say that he's open to the idea of bringing Game Pass to Steam, which if that
hmm,
happened, that would kind of open the floodgates for the Steam Deck.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think that, as of right now, I don't think it's something that's for me. Like it's a really cool idea. I can't wait to see what the Gen 2 of this looks, if there is. I mean,
They are
fucking
already working on one.
okay. I was gonna say because Valve really likes to put out stuff and just get rid of it forever,
They
right?
uh they did say they're already working on the next iteration because they learned so much from making the Steam Deck. So
That's
there's
cool.
definitely room for improvement, and it will be good to see them improve. This isn't really something I was ever looking into buying because my Steam library has like 10 games in it, and probably two or three of them were like $3 or $5.
Yeah.
So, uh, not really something for me, but I hope people that do get it enjoy it.
Yep. All right, John. Let's talk about
All
what we're
right.
playing. I'll go first because I have three things on my list.
Okay, go for it.
So first and foremost, if you have checked out our YouTube channel at all, you'll see that I raided in Destiny a lot.
For like
So,
15 hours.
oh my God, John, the longest 15 hours of my life, but it was fun. So
Oh.
me and my fire team, we went into the new raid on Saturday. We didn't start it right when it came out, just because we were waiting for. I think Jerica had work that day, so we were waiting for her, and then we jumped in. We went in blind, which like in Destiny, there's a lot of like puzzles and mechanics in these raids that like you gotta solve right before you can do anything, and then when
Hmm.
you solve it, you have to like either do damage or figure out what the next thing to do is like in quick succession. So man, it was long, but it was a lot of fun. The raid is really cool. We did not finish it. We got to the last boss over like the 3 days we played it. 3 days? I think 3 nights we played it.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it was a ton of fun. I can't wait till we go back because like we have it down now, right? So like I feel very confident in our ability to get to that part in the last boss that we were at like within 2 hours, just because we solved all the puzzles. We, each one of us knows our role within the raid, knows what to do, when to do it. It's just you really have to work as a team in this raid, and it's just really, really fucking cool. Um, the reason, okay, so here's the thing. One of the reasons we did not beat it is because for the first, so they announced that so Destiny has a race to be world first in the raid, right? And like we weren't
Hmm.
trying to do that. We knew we were never going to do that because like there's people who's like literally their job is to play Destiny, right? So obviously they're going to be the ones to do it. And for the first 24 hours, they have challenge mode enabled, which basically just makes the raid harder, right? So if you're attacking a boss in the raid with challenge mode on, you have to do a lot more damage to him to take him down. Stuff like that. Like some enemies will be more difficult going through it. Some mods were disabled during the raid, just because they would give you that much of an advantage. Um, and so that definitely hurt us in the first 24 hours. But then they announced during the first day that because of like network issues that some people rating were having, they extended it to 48 hours. And so right then we were like, fuck, we're not going to beat this raid before, the weekly reset, which was yesterday, Tuesday. Every Tuesday at noon the server resets and then you have to restart the raid. Um
Why? Like, why is that a decision?
why is what a decision? Why do they do that?
Yeah, that like if you've made it that far, why make you reset?
It's just how Destiny has always been. They just always reset. It's
Okay.
because like it's because in the weekly reset, like so say I run the raid one week, right? And I
Mhm.
get loot from all the chests in the raid. If I run that same raid on my same character that same week, I won't get anything from those chests because I already looted them that week. And every Tuesday it resets, so then I can run the raid again and collect loot from those chests.
All
I
right.
think it's pretty common in like MMO type games, but I'm not
Probably.
100%
I don't.
sure. Yeah.
I've rated in Destiny, but I not much.
Yeah. But anyway, so we got to the last boss Monday. It was a great time. So here's the thing: we were stuck on the second part of the raid, right? Second boss, essentially, second challenge, and we were stuck on it for hours on Sunday night. And then Monday at noon, challenge mode got turned off. Monday night, we went back. Literally the second try, we got it done. Just because it was like we knew what to do, we knew how to do it. It's just that with challenge mode on, we weren't doing enough damage to the boss, and we didn't have the time, to like, you know, everybody switch your weapons to this, and that, and then we'll try and shoot him. We were just ran out of time for all that. But yeah, I'm excited. I think in like 2 weekends, I think our plan is to go back in and try it again. So we'll
Gotcha.
see. We'll see how it goes. But I'm loving Destiny, man. Like I'm taking a little break from it right now, just because like, man, playing 15 hours of being in the same like two rooms in a raid is kind of exhausting. So
I bet. Yeah, that's a lot of time. All right. I've been playing a ton of Horizon Forbidden West. I beat the game, and I've put out a lot of guides on it. A lot of guides that people missed when while I was sick and the game was out for about a week. This game, uh, it's Horizon 1.5,
oh yeah,
and that's a little disappointing to me. But hey, Horizon Zero Dawn was really damn good. Horizon Forbidden West is really damn good. A lot of fun. I love being able to fly around the map now. It kind of sucks that you have to wait until the end of the game to get that upgrade, that override. But it makes sense because if you had it any earlier, it would really break the game sooner than it already does. But I really enjoy it.
it still
Um,
breaks the game, just much
it
later in the game.
oh, it breaks. You get it the mission before the last mission in the story. So for me, uh, I left all the like rebel outposts and rebel camps until the end. So all I did was jump on my Sunwing, fly to the middle, and just glide down. And as I was gliding, I would find the leader, kill him, and then sneak out and complete it. That it breaks it
Wow.
completely. Um, but yeah, it's really fun. I love the expansion they did on the skill trees. I'm I hit level 50 and I'm really close to like having all of the skill tree done. I'm really hitting that point though where I'm done with the game, where it's just I've been playing so much of it that I need a break from it.
Are you gonna go
Uh,
for the platinum?
if I do, it'll be my first ever PlayStation Platinum, and I definitely could.
Oh,
I've
you
looked up
should
the trophies, and it's definitely within reach. I
do
might
it.
take a little break and come back to it, but I think I might. It's a really good game. I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10 if I were reviewing it. Um, I still think traversing the world isn't as good as it should be. I was really hoping for a an upgrade there, but the combat is better. Um, The shooting is really good. I love all the new weapons. I've got this really cool legendary armor and legendary weapons, which I really enjoy using. The new beast machines are really fun. Yeah, there's just a lot to like here. Um, yeah, I, I've been wanting to like do a, video with someone else who has beaten the game, but I haven't found anyone that wants to talk about the future of it. But maybe we'll do it at some point.
Find Kenny.
Uh,
Kenny might. I think he beat
Kenny
it.
Matt? Because they definitely set it up for the future. This definitely is not the end for Aloy.
I mean, I
uh,
kind of assumed that.
yeah, but it's yeah,
I
no
so
spoilers.
going back to you talking about this being Horizon Zero Dawn 1.5. I think
Yeah.
that right there is exactly why I haven't played it that much.
Mhm.
I
'Cause
got
you just
past that.
recently played Zero Dawn.
Yeah, I got past that first area and got right to, like, technically the west, right? When you pass that line.
Mhm.
Um, and that's kind of where I stopped for now, just because, first of all, I had to grind Destiny to be raid ready, get my gear up and stuff to do the raid. And yeah, like you said, I literally just played through all of Horizon Zero Dawn like a month ago. So it's like it's kind of hard for me to want to play more of the same thing. I was hoping it was going to be a bigger leap than it is,
Yeah.
but I'm honestly not surprised it's not, just because like why wouldn't it be essentially the same game with like it's basically like a next gen enhanced Horizon Zero Dawn, more or
Mhm.
less.
I will
Um
say this is probably my favorite looking game ever right now. Before God of War 2018 was Horizon Zero or not Zero Dawn, Forbidden West is beautiful. It is absolutely
it's
gorgeous.
cool.
I think it is the best looking, my favorite looking game ever.
Yeah, looks great. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
get back to it one day. I just don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. And I'll probably go for
Um
the platinum, but I need a break.
yeah. So something else I played, me and Elise last night, we played a bunch of Super Mario 3D World on the Switch.
Game's so
Um,
good, man.
it's a lot of fun. That's a game we started playing like right when it came out. I think I bought it at launch. We
Hmm.
only played the first world, but last night we picked up and played through World 2. How many worlds are in that? Do you know?
Uh 10 or 11 because you have the first 8 and then you unlock like 3
Bowser's
more that
Fury?
are
Oh, okay. And then what
you
is
you
Bowser's
unlock
Fury?
Bowser's Fury is a separate thing. It's more like playing Mario Sunshine or Odyssey. It's a 3D like explore the sandbox kind of thing. Collect
Oh,
these.
okay.
They're called cat shines, but they're like stars from Mario 64.
Cool. But yeah, we picked it up again last night. We're probably going to keep playing through it.
Hmm.
It's pretty cool. I'm into it. The
Sorry.
thing I hate about these games in co-op is like one person goes too far, it sucks the other person with them, and that can
Yeah.
get frustrating when like I'm trying to explore an area and Elise is trying to go one way.
Hmm.
It can get annoying, but I don't know.
The
It's cool.
chaos in that game is so great, though. I love playing that game with my daughter because I will troll her. I'll like pick her up and throw her off the map
Yeah.
or something, get
Yeah,
her
it's a ton of
freaking out.
fun.
It's so much fun, and the online isn't terrible. It's obviously it's Nintendo. It's not perfect by any means, but if
Is it
you
like
want,
4-player co-op?
yeah, you can have
Oh,
up to
that's
four
cool.
people playing. Yeah. The Bowser's Fury is only local 2 player, so if you want to play that with Elise, she could play as Bowser Jr.
Nice.
So yeah. The Bowser's Fury game is really fun as well, so you should definitely give that a try when you get a chance. All right. Other game I've been playing. I talked about it a bit last week. I've been playing some Ace Attorney: Spirit of Justice. I am on episode 3 right now, and um, so this is a 3DS game. And a few months ago, I played what was it called? Dual Destinies on the 3DS, which is probably my favorite game in the series. That game is really amazing. This one takes a little bit of a step backwards, I think, so far, because it's I'm very new to the Ace Attorney series, but I'm already like seeing like themes where they're like repeating things over and over again. The cases are still really good, and it's really cool seeing those like aha moments. I figured out what you did and everything, but like the episode I'm on right now, Maya Fey, who's Phoenix's friend, at this point, this is like her fourth time being accused of murder. And like they have fun with it too. They're like, hey, I've already defended you so many times in court and we've gotten past it. We'll get past this one as well. But at this point, I'm like, I want to have her by my side and have her like talk with me. I'm kind of tired of defending her. Oh well. Game's really damn good still. And the more and more I play of the Ace Attorney games, the more and more I'm like, I really want a new game to come out for like Switch or
Wait,
something.
when's the last time one came out?
So last year they had the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which were two 3DS games that were only available in Japan, but they brought them to Switch and Steam in America. As for an original game, I think it is the one I am playing right now, Spirit of Justice. Let me check when that released. Do. Release date. God, I am all messed up right now. 2016. I have heard some rumors about a new Ace Attorney game being in development at Capcom. I really hope so because just I am falling in love with the series so much. Just everything about it just gets me. But yeah, that's about all I've got to say right now.
Cool. The last thing I've been playing, and I played it very briefly. I played 40 minutes about of Elden Ring, just because Loops bought it and I game share with him. Um, it's interesting. It's not a game that's for me. Like I don't like dying in games a bunch, but yeah, I don't know. Like the world is cool, right? Like the design and everything's cool. It's just everything's a hassle. So like there's a meme going around that is very very accurate where it's like it shows your main character you start out, right? There's a giant gateway on the left. That is the door to the world to start playing the game. And then there's like a little pool of light on the side and that's the combat tutorial. And what happened to me, I was like, oh, let's go to that door. And like nowhere on your screen does it say that's a combat tutorial unless you walk up to it. And then it says like, combat tutorial, hit X.
Hmm.
But for me, I just assumed I was like, oh, okay, let's go through the giant fucking gateway over there.
Hmm.
And so I completely missed the combat tutorial. So when I started getting attacked by stuff, I was like, had no idea what I was doing. Um, that's just poor design in my mind on that part. But
It is.
and then another thing is so like I plan on playing this game with Loops and co-op a lot. Like whenever I play, it'll probably be because Loops is on playing and
He's put a
the
lot of
way
time into it.
oh he has and that's it's funny because like he's not a Dark Souls guy or anything at all. This is like his first game in this genre that he's gotten into. Um and so we decided to play online, right? And the way to invite people to your game, I had to look up a fucking guide, John, to invite Loops to my game. Like it doesn't say anywhere in there how to invite somebody, right? So I'm like, okay, I can't invite you in game. Like I don't see an option to like look at my friends list. So I was like, all right, let me try inviting you through like the Xbox, dashboard. And it doesn't let me invite him to my game there. I then look up a guide. I have to go to a vendor in the game, buy an item. So like it's costing me in-game money to buy this item, right? So like
Uh-huh.
if I was out of money, done. Can't invite anybody to co-op. I had to buy an item, use the item, and then set a code to my game, which of course I made the code titties. And then
Yeah.
I had to tell Loops to oh no, well so I set okay, so I did that and I had to tell Loops to go to a vendor, buy a different item. I think it's a different item. I didn't join him, so I don't
Hmm.
remember what his process was, but he had to consume some item, right? And then put a thing down on the ground and then put in my code, and then I had to go to the same exact spot in the game that he was in the world, same exact spot, and then I could see the thing he put down on the ground in my world. And then I had to click on that to invite Loops to my game.
What a clusterfuck.
Dude, I'm telling you, John, look up a guide on it when you have a minute just to like read through it.
Mhm.
It's so dumb, so convoluted. And then on top of that, when I invite him to my game, if either of us dies, he gets kicked. Gets kicked immediately. So he gets kicked, and we have to do it all over again. And a, a third thing issue I have with co-op, it's not true co-op in this world, right? When I
Mhm.
invite him, whatever section of the map we're in, that's the section of the map we have to stay in because like
So,
it'll block off like any caves, everything. So we
huh.
were exploring and I was like, "Oh, let's go in this cave like, the first like easy boss to kill's in here." I was like, "I'm low level, let's kill him. I'll get some XP." We get all the way over to the cave. Cave just like white fog over it, invisible wall, can't go through. Loops leaves. I go into the cave and re-invite Loops, and then we're in the cave. And here's the it's so John, the system is so dumb. And like the idea of it's supposed to be that like you invite your friend to join you to help you kill like the boss, the boss in the area you're in.
Hmm.
And so we were in that cave, killed the boss. Immediately after killing the boss, Loop's kicked from the game because like they just don't want you hanging out at all times together in co-op, which is really dumb, I think. Like why even have co-op at all if that's the
Like,
way you're going to
yeah,
treat it?
that's all I'm
Um
thinking.
it's what a shit show, John. And the thing is when if I get back on Elden Ring tonight and Loops wants to play co-op, I'm gonna have to look up a guide again because it's been a week and I don't even remember what item to use, what item I have to buy to use. It's just so stupid. But yeah,
I have
that's my Elden Ring experience so far.
I have no desire whatsoever to play that game at all. Like I've only played Dark Souls remastered, and I could play like I gutted out like 2 or 3 hours of that, and I was like, this just isn't for me. I love the world design of these games. Like that is
Yeah.
100% down my alley. I love all of those worlds and everything. Those are amazing worlds. Man, that gameplay is just not for me at all. It's slow, clunky, and just complicated. It just doesn't make sense. You were talking about the gate and the whole thing, and I saw so many people like trying to defend it. Like it's like they were like talking down on people who walked past it because they just didn't know, and people are like, "Oh, this game is made for exploration. You need to s- look around
Yeah.
everywhere you go." And
No,
I'm
and
like,
it's
"What?"
like if that is the case, put a tutorial in before that point to tell me,
Hmm.
hey, if you see this, you should probably look into it because it could help you.
Or just
Not
put up a fucking text box before you go out the gate. Hey, you haven't done the tutorial. Would you like to go back and do that?
yeah. It's I don't know,
I
John. And
so
the thing is like people are like saying that I think to say this game's a 10 out of 10 is like such a stretch because
yeah.
like first of all the issues I'm having with co-op, right? If
Hmm.
you're going to have this many like hoops you got to jump and stuff to get somebody into your game, you should just omit this from your game entirely. Um
Yeah.
so that's one thing. Another thing is like half of these bosses Loops is killing in the game, he's just cheesing, right? He's like, "Oh yeah, there's a horse guy here, super hard to kill. I know what I'll do. I'll find a way to glitch my way onto this little ledge where he can't hit me and I can just shoot spells at him until he dies." It's
Hmm.
like there's that whole aspect. He's like he also told me he's like, "Yeah, there's a way to cheese this giant dragon where he's like hurt and asleep and if you run to this certain area behind him, you could just hit him for 20-25 minutes and he dies." It's like, what the fuck?
One of the best games ever
25
made,
minutes?
people.
10 out of 10. I don't know.
Uh,
I get why people love it. I
yeah.
just it's hard for me to even see how this game could be a 10 out. These lights are bright as fuck on my face.
Yeah,
Holy
they
shit.
are.
Well, it went
uh,
from like broad daylight to like being kind of dark, so
yeah, I completely agree with you. Like I said, absolute no interest in giving it a try. I've seen people like be like, "Oh, I didn't like any Dark Souls games either. I don't like From Software games either, and I love this. You have to give it a try." No, fuck you. I play so many games as it is, and I know what I like and what I don't like. It's very rare that I get surprised on a game if I'm like, "Yeah, that isn't for me." Knockout City, yeah, that one got me last year. Elden Ring, I know 100% if I jump into that game, I am going to loathe it. I am going to hate it. I'm going to just despise it. So I am not installing that game.
yeah. Well, that's going to do it for episode 179 of the Pixel Street podcast. As always, thank you so much for watching or listening to the show. It is greatly appreciated. Leave us feedback wherever you are consuming our content and let us know what you like, what you dislike, or what color shirt John should wear on the next podcast.
Green.
But yeah, green. Go check out our Twitter at Pixel Street, where you can find our pinned tweet to join our Discord server. We will be doing a Mario Kart Pal Party night in the next few weeks. I'll organize that maybe tonight. I'll look up and see when that DLC drops.
Next
Um,
Friday.
just just to make sure. But yeah, we will be playing some Mario Kart soon in the Discord server. Um, yeah, also feel free to subscribe to us on YouTube. We are slowly growing there, so We would love to have you. John, where can people find you on the internet?
On Twitter, I am at Revek Shadows, and you can find my writing on GamePer.com. Like I said earlier, lots and lots of Horizon stuff going up. Here in the next couple weeks, we got Kirby and Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I'll be covering those as well. Both of those should be a good time. Um, Other than that,
Check
I
out
had
John's
an idea.
Kirby Let's Play.
Yeah, do that. There was something else I was gonna make for YouTube, but I can't remember what it was. So I don't know. Just pay attention to YouTube, and I'll put it up at some point.
As for me, you can find me on Twitter at Campo63 and twitch.tv/Campo63. We will be right back here next week for episode 180 of the Pixel Street Podcast.
Bye.